Ayden Williams, a four-star wide receiver in both the composite and on 24/7 Sports, has joined the Ole Miss Rebels. Lane Kiffin adding a very intriguing wide receiver to what is honestly an aging wide receiver room for the Rebels. So what does this mean for them moving forward in 2023 and beyond? All right, so let's start with Ayden Williams here. He is a four-star, as I said earlier, in 24/7 Sports, and he's listed as wide receiver 24. He is also a four-star on the composite, but he's listed as wide receiver 19, so getting a little bit of a boost there in the composite. What does Ayden Williams do? He's a very smooth and technically sound route runner. He knows how to separate within route and knows how to use his leverage against defensive backs to build himself even more cushion and allowing himself to get open. Very, very good route runner, very technically sound. He has very soft hands, and I feel like he does a really good job of extending his hands to the ball and catching it, not allowing a lot of catches to get into his body and body catching it. Shows very good explosiveness and plays faster than you may think for a guy listed at 6'3", 195. Bigger guy, plays very fast. Excuse me. He struggles a bit though in contested catch situations, and I think that he doesn't have a massive wingspan, so I feel like that's where it kind of like he doesn't have a big catch radius, and in a lot of contested catch situations, at least in my opinion, he struggles a little bit to kind of separate himself. This room, though, is very intriguing, and it's aging as well. You've got Jonathan Mingo, 6'2", 215, technically can come back for one more season because of COVID. Jalen Robinson, he's kind of the complete opposite here of Ayden Williams, 5'9", 180, the transfer in from UCF. He's going to be that speed threat down the field. Then you got Jordan Watkins, the 5'11", 175 transfer in from Louisville, who I imagine is going to kind of replace the Jalen Robinson role somewhat. Next year, he'll be here for a couple years. But then you got Danish Jackson and Malik Heath, who are also both seniors. Now, again, with COVID, it's really kind of hard to say that these guys can't come back next season. But even if they do, I don't think that they're really going to challenge him much for playing time. They have not brought in anybody else in this class outside of, and I apologize because I know I'm going to butcher your name, but I believe it's Suntarine Perkins, who is actually an athlete. He played defensive back, running back, and wide receiver for Raleigh High School. I don't know if exactly he's going to be coming in and playing wide receiver or not, but I feel like this job is completely open to Ayden Williams next season. Whether it's Luke Altmaier or Jackson Dart heading that, obviously I expect it to be Jackson Dart, and if he has a good season, he's going to have a pretty good quarterback, in my opinion, throwing him the ball for at least one season. I'm very intrigued by Ayden Williams. Again, he's a top 20 wide receiver in the composite, top 25 by 24/7 Sports. Overall, I'm really intrigued to see what this ends up meaning for him, as he realistically could be one of the better guys here. I mean, I did leave off a couple of the other wide receivers, but I'm not sure any of these guys really step up. A lot of guys who are going to be sophomores, the biggest one being Braylon Brown, who was a four-star. He is a sophomore this season, or coming into this season, so he could be a very interesting player at 6'3", 190. Overall, though, really interesting group here, interesting group of wide receivers, and I think Ayden Williams has a realistic shot of being the guy here in 2023. And for us on campus to Canton sides and the college side, like, you want a freshman who's going to start early, and I think there's a realistic shot that he does that. Guys, if you like this content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you play any kind of college fantasies, I just mentioned, we'll have our CFF guide, our Devy guide, and our freshman supplemental guide links in the description below, along with the link to the Campus to Canton website. We will continue to bring you guys all the top recruiting news as it happens. Until then, though, we will talk to you guys again soon.